Hey, here we go, BattleRap.com. We are in the building, the BattleRap.com Hip Hop DX offices, with the one, the only.
Hollow the Don Dottie, loyalty over money, you know.
Yeah, I do know. Got the shirt on, fits great.
Okay.
It's comfortable as shit, too. Like,
LOM Clothing.
yeah.
You know how we get busy, lomclothing.com.
Yeah.
You know we try to distribute something good, good quality to the fans and the people who support. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for supporting LOM Clothing.
Yeah. I travel all over North America, all over the world to see battle rap, and it's one of these brands that you see everywhere you go.
That's dope. I appreciate that.
And then you've got the shirt on, too.
Yeah, of course. I got, they cooked me when I wore something else. I can't even wear nothing else no more. They like, so I feel them.
Yeah.
I'm only rocking mine.
And you got the shout out in the Av versus Rum Nitty battle, too, didn't you?
Yeah, shout out Rum Nitty, man. That's one of them up and coming cats. Well respected. Definitely, you're gonna see a lot of him. He gets busy.
Yeah. So we're in Los Angeles. You live in Florida. Tell me what you're doing in the city this weekend.
Promoting the Past State joint, May 15th. Take his head off. I already halfway did it. Might as well finish the job. So definitely.
So there's so many things that we need to talk about. Let's start with the event that we just saw this weekend, the most recent thing. You saw a couple battles. Give me your impressions on kind of those battles, the event, the vibe.
I mean, I was there setting up the table, in the trap station, so I didn't get to see the first two. So I pulled up, no huggies, you know what I'm talking about. But I pulled up on the Swords joint in daylight, even though Peanut Dose and Head Ice and Carter Deans went before that. I was hearing it, but I didn't get to see it. So that's the first one I got to see, daylight and the Source, and that was fuego. I was right behind the Source. They both did amazing, so I ain't gonna pick a winner, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But Daylight, the Source was crazy, and Caustic and T-Rex was definitely something to watch too. T-Rex showed up too. People was talking like he wasn't gonna show up.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
Show up at all, like even physically.
Yeah.
But no, I thought him and Daylight had the performances of the night.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, great. Both great battles. But it's nice to see T-Rex, who has had some battles that he doesn't quite connect with the crowd. His content isn't as impactful. He didn't have that issue this weekend. I thought he did great. So
Yeah. He's traveled before and did his numbers on the road, so definitely expect it from him to try to, you know what I'm saying? Not every time, you got to show up to the play day once in a while.
right. Was that your first King of the Dot event?
Yeah, live. I don't supported the pay-per-views before and all that, but live, that was my first year. I appreciated it. They were showing wild love. They want to see me on that stage, obviously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I get to chefing in that joint. But yeah, that was my first King of the Dot event. It was dope.
Okay. How is it different than the Grind Time era, the URL platform?
Well, the thing about it is they got people that come from everywhere. As far as on the West that pulled up, it was some dudes from Oregon. You know what I'm saying? So it's no URL really. West Coast. I mean, well, shout out KG the Poet. You got URL West now, but they've been holding it down for years. King of the Dot in the West Coast, so they kind of got it stapled on this side. So they got loyal fans that come from everywhere in the West, Southwest, Northwest, to come fuck with the events and shit. So it gives you that old Battle of the Bay feel, old, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
Grind Time type of feel, Fresh Coats type of feel.
Right, which you were, active in. You made your appearances in. You and Pass, you and Awkwards. Who else?
Awkwards, you know what I'm saying, classics that happened out here.
Yeah.
So it's much respect for me and it's much respect to them every time I pull up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And what are the differences from that era and what you see today?
I mean, it's honestly, it's just elevated a little more as far as the pay-per-view, but it's no difference. Cats is still vicious. It's still something to, like, you can't just come in and do it. If you don't really do it, it's gonna be see-through. So it's still, the essence is there, like, and that's why I like it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Like this idea of, what lane each of the different leagues are in, what the landscape of battle rap is right now, and I thought yesterday was a great example of how there are different genres in battle rap. I think it can be fractured into so many different ones, but the two main ones are kind of like the street genre and the non-street genre. And you saw like a guy, Head Ice versus Carter Deems is a great example of those two genres, combining and kind of squaring off against each other. Same with Daylight and Thesaurus too, kind of from Daylight from the pit scene. Yeah, you know what's up. How do you feel you fit in? Like, first of all, do you see battle rap like that, and how do you feel you fit into that?
All right, so how I feel about that is my genre is not no category because I can go to any one. Like I could do any style. So they try to put you in a box and a label with anything in life. Because once they label you, they expect that from you. That's why I like the unpredictable spag that I bring because I don't want to be no label of he does this, the funny, the smack, the king of the dot, so I'm just in my freelance bag, but it's splitting up with King of the Dot and URL mainly, and I don't like it because I feel like there shouldn't be one style popularized. There should be everything appreciated. If you don't like that, cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it seem whack because you don't like it, So.
Right. Yeah, that is interesting because your approach to battle rap in terms of your career seems to be that you don't want to just be like the number one guy in one platform. You don't want to be like number one guy in Smack. You want to be the number one guy in Smack on every different fan base. You're going to the UK to battle. You've battled in Grind Time, and even you're one of the kind of
respect.
What's that?
We want the well-renowned, respect, the worldwide, international. They tip their hats, whatever they do when they see you.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Pat Stay battle. It started to happen out in the UK. You guys were the end of the night and put on, still what in my estimation was one of the best battles of the year. Definitely, one of the best one-rounders, if not the best one-rounder of the year. And the fact that you were able to still energize that crowd, still perform at the level that both of you performed at, despite the fact that there seemed to be chaos behind the scenes and most of the event had already fallen apart and 3-round battles had already turned into 1-round battles. Kind of give me your sense on that, your feeling of that battle that day.
I mean, first and foremost, it ain't no feelings. It's all business. So I had to go my logic over feelings and just make the smartest move as far as for my brand and my look and for the people. So that's why I did the 1 round, because if it was feelings, I wouldn't have did shit. Because I was feeling like, fuck them. I'd have just left, got another. But it wasn't, it was just the most logical thing to do. So that was just turn up that 1 round since I'm way in London and only going to get to see one. So I kind of just put it in like auto, turbo from auto. You know what I'm saying? For them. And I'm sure Pat did the same or felt the same way, you know what I'm saying, about feeling bad for the fans that's there, that waited hours, and now you tell them it's only 1 round.
Right.
And it's the last minute thing. And I'm going to say ting because it happened in London, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it was the last minute thing. Like if they told us heads up or told people when the event started or something, and then ran through the battles real quick and made it a quick event, it would have been different, but they... telling battlers last minute, so it's 30 minutes between battles. They back there arguing. I just had to make the decision to move on.
And when that battle finished, immediately after, kind of in the days after, did you feel like it was unfinished and that you wanted to complete it, or were you like, okay, that happened and let's move on?
I had so much going on, I didn't put no thought into it. Once it was done, I'm like, all right, so that's over. And then I seen Nakai and Organic and Avocado and them talking about it on the Twitter joint. And then people was hitting me up. So then I think maybe a couple weeks later, we ended up booking that joint, just like the rematch, just to finish it off. Because I know he got 2 rounds. I got 2 rounds left. I just switched the bag up, put some more gumbo sauce in there, with it. And get it right for him,
Uh-huh.
So
it's a good thing you didn't drop the dirty batch.
I did drop a dirty badge.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
For Pat?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I'm
go to the
proud.
channel, subscribe, Hollow the Dawn, LOM on my YouTube, subscribe. You'll see the dirty badge for Pat, Clips, Joe, all my dirty badges is on that channel.
Mm.
But yeah, I dropped it for Pat. That's the first time I freestyled and I threw a few freestyle bars and then gave some dirty badge bars. It's TMB, it's too many bars. Like it's not a lie. I could do a dirty badge whenever I want. Like it's just TMB.
Does that mean that you're like, are you constantly writing? Because you're not a particularly active battler. You do one or two battles a year, I guess. Are you just like always jotting down ideas, writing stuff just to have it?
It's TMB, my guy. Like it's too many bars. Like you come up with these, and like you said, I'm not doing 6 battles a year, so I just throw them in the tucky woe. You know what I'm saying? And I might use them, I might not. I got like 3-4 phones. I got scratches of paper everywhere. And I got mad shit in my head I never use. Like, so it's just I just put them in the tucky woe for a rainy day or something. But
Put them in the tucky woes? What's that? What is that?
Way that's in the tucky woe. That's
Okay.
yeah. that's you know how the Dawn do it.
Yeah.
But I just have them for a rainy day or something like that. Like, but niggas don't want to act up. Trust me, I always stay with something.
Let's talk about next steps for you. We've talked about Pat Stay. Mook just recently mentioned that he was interested in battling you. There was Mook Surf Talk for a while. I think most fans want to see Mook Hollow. That's one of these big battles I don't know how easy it is to just set something like that up. Is that a battle that you're interested in?
Murda Mook?
Yeah.
Ain't Murda Mook battling Drake?
Is he?
That's what he said, right? Drake's down to do it. And
Is he?
I mean, I've seen multiple interviews of him saying Drake said he's down and they're talking with it and it's in talks. And
I know
I
it.
wouldn't want to disturb that.
Right.
Such big moves going on. Shout out to Murda Mook and Drake, man, going down, I heard.
That battle at Blackout 5, just over.
Are we just going to forget that? Do dudes just get to make up stuff and say they're battling people and you forget a year later and it's like, oh.
But it was on the verge of happening. We were in the building for
Really?
that Blackout 5. Drake was there. Mook was there.
Who's seen this besides Mook saying it and Drake not saying nothing?
I've confirmed it with many sources close to Drake.
Sources. See,
Close
this
to
sounds
Drake.
Like the news now.
That is the news.
Sources. Like.
No, that's a journalist. I talk to people who know the story.
Just one picture and Mook saying it.
That's where it started.
It's never said nothing from Drake's camp. It's just Mook saying, "Oh yeah, we putting it together." Yeah, no. And then the same thing with the surf battle. Oh yeah, it's going. Mook, who are you battling? Now he's battling me. Who are you actually battling? Or are you just talking about battling? So at this point, I just think Mook is just talking about battling. He's just trying to
Stay relevant.
Who?
Stay active in the battle scene.
Went from Drake for what was that, 6 months to a year? He was talking about that. Then it went from Surf for another 6 months. Now it's me. I'm just calling this repeated behavior. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
So who you battling, Mook? Figure it out.
Are you saying that he's doing this kind of like just teasing it with no intention of battling?
I can't call it. That's why you got to ask him when he's sitting in his chair because I don't know what his plans are. But I'm just saying what his behavior is. 6 months down is Drake. Another 6 months go is Surf. Another 6 months gonna go by is me. Like, figure out what you're trying to do, brother, instead of making announcements. He's great at these radio interviews. We got Murda Mook on Double GGG XL TV radio show. You there, Mook? Yeah, like, come on, bro. You got more interviews than battles. Like, you're a nut.
Mook versus Hollow really is one of those battles, though, that would settle a debate. The debate.
Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, Mook and Hollow is a battle that people want to see, but it's up to I guess Mook to finish doing them interviews and shit when he's not tied up with those and figure out if it's Drake, me, Hove.
But even when I was at URL talking to Beasley a few weeks ago, they were saying like that's a battle that they're interested in making. They know that it's the battle that people want to see.
Yeah, but May 15th, man, it's going down, man. I ain't talking about ifs or woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Okay.
Massacre, Boston. Make sure y'all pull up. No huggies. We doing it the Don Dottie. We in the spit out. We definitely gonna cook, turn up. LOMclothing.com. It's definitely been supported by y'all since 2014 when we relaunched. Just keep supporting. We trying to come with new merch this summer. We gonna try to flood it right. You hear me?
Okay.
Loaded Lux voice.
So I want to talk to you about Iron Solomon, a guy from, I guess, around your era. Yeah, and who's made a big return recently. 2 big battles, Disaster and Daylight, and then they've announced the next one against B Magic coming up. Give me your thoughts on kind of his return and his position right now.
Very important to the game to bring back Solomon. He definitely showed in his last 2 battles that he could hang in this era and do, you know what I'm saying, and do what is as far as performance and what they was doubting from Summer Madness too. So he's definitely I think it's dope that he came back to show that, because to be leaving on that note wouldn't have been a good look for him, you know.
Right.
So salute. I ain't get to see him yet, but salute Solomon for that.
What do you think about a matchup between him and B Magic?
That's one of the matchups you can't call until you see it. Like, it could be a classic, or it could be a matchup you be like, I didn't like the style clash of it. You know what I'm saying? But Solomon's dangerous right now, so B Magic definitely got to come with 3 rounds of the hits.
Right.
You know, them bang, bang, bangs. Like, you know, he got them.
Absolutely. Magic's style of the back-to-back punches, very, very few dry spots, very few long setups leading to haymakers. It's just punch after punch after punch, has become kind of the dominant style in battle rap right now. We're seeing Av and Nadi bringing that kind of content. Danny Myers is bringing that kind of content. Guys like Chilla Jones are punching more often. Guys like Big K are punching more often. And it's very different from, you can do that style, but you're also willing to do longer multisyllabics, longer setups. Is that what are your thoughts on that style, first of all?
If that's what caters to they feel their audience, then I'm all for it. But I'm more of like you said, I could do that style back to back to back, but I like to explain it more. I like to set up for a haymaker more. So. It's just like boxing, that's like, somebody just likes to jab, jab, dance, jab, jab, might try to throw a hook in there, but, I like to jab, dip, and try to knock your ass out, right. So that's more my bag, but I ain't mad at that.
We're also seeing, my theory, as a result of that style becoming more popular, is that we're seeing crowds... there's a complaint, the crowds are gassing, the crowds are reacting more than the battlers are actually rapping, and it's definitely like pushing the times of battles. So it's like, if you want to watch Nadi versus Av, it's a 45-minute battle, maybe even longer than that.
You just got to control the crowd and just go over it at this point, like, because like you said, they're just making it drag out way too long. That's part of crowd control. Like, people think crowd control is just like telling them to chill. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing when to rap and knowing when to pause and knowing when to keep going. And you know what I'm saying? You got to really control the crowd. You know what I'm saying? When they going crazy, obviously let them rock, but you got to know when to get right back into it, or tell the crowd chill, or just go over it and be like, this is for on camera.
Right. Yeah. I was kind of like, my theory at least is that because that's becoming such a more popular style, that now there's just more punch per line. So all of a sudden, like, there's a dope, there's something dope in the setup that's worth reacting to, but there's just more stuff to react to when people are writing that way, and it means that the crowd, goes crazier because of it. You talk about elevating the new generation. Would you ever consider a kind of rookies versus vets situation, taking an up-and-comer?
Nigga, that's not elevating. That's a favorite, nigga. That's different, nigga. Look, I help y'all, talk to you, whatever, nigga, but that's different. That's me putting my brand on the line to help you. Like, right. That's just a favor. Like, I don't know. I'm not really into that. Like, I've done favors early in my career, and I'm all into doing favors outside of battle raps, but for me to sit there and write about you or really... Like, nah, like, I'm cool.
Yeah. Fair. I think we'll end it there. BattleRap.com, Holla to Don. Check him out May 15th. I assume I'll be hosting the pay-per-view, so I'll be out there with you. I look forward to it. I was a little jealous that you guys did it in the UK the first time because I wasn't able to make it out there. But, yeah, exactly. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll talk then.